Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, November 24th, 2019. If you're new to my podcast, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you'll catch up on all my podcasts and enjoy them. And also, please be sure to check out my YouTube channel under Lisa Hopp and Entertainment, where I have various videos about the angels and other spiritual topics. This is a bit of a special Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. The topic is Thanksgiving, the little holiday that could. And I'm loading this a little bit late today, so it's really a special brunch version as well. So I hope all of you are having a wonderful Sunday so far. It is a little bit wet here, but I hope you are snuggled at home, eating brunch items, getting ready for the football game starting soon, and just staying safe and warm and enjoying some peace and quality before you get into the hustle and bustle of the holiday season. Now, my previous YouTube channel video that I did on in a weekly angel message, the angels talked about how a lot of us, because of a need to escape, would be celebrating the holidays actually early. We'd be going into Christmas mid-November. And I am seeing evidence of that all over the place. A lot of my neighborhood is lit up. I feel as though the commercials started Black Friday sooner than Black Friday. So it's like we've really rushed into the season. And when I was thinking about yesterday, because as I've told you before who've listened to me, and thank you so much for returning if you have listened to me before, I told you before that I usually get inspired like either the morning of or the night before about what I'm going to talk about. So I was talking about it last night about what to talk about, and someone suggested to me, well, it's Thanksgiving week here, in the States do Thanksgiving, and gratitude, and I've done gratitude before, and I thought, yeah, gratitude, but also let's talk about this holiday and all that it was and all that it's become and really all that it can be. And I'm rooting for this holiday, and I hope that it is such a great possibility to be such a very special day. And so I'll talk about that during this podcast today. But first, I'd like to give you a little history about Thanksgiving in America. Don't tune off on me. It's very brief. And also I'll let you guys know, in case you don't know, that Thanksgiving is also celebrated in our neighbor here, Canada. I think it's celebrated there on Columbus Day, which is our October holiday. Australia, Caribbean, Liberia. There's several countries that celebrate Thanksgiving, but on their own dates. And we have it now as a national holiday in November. And this is really how it all started. So we sorry, I think I hit the mic. Sorry about that. When we think of Thanksgiving here in America, we have a picture, a very festive picture of Indians and pilgrims coming together over a turkey, over pumpkin pie, and it's kind of sold as a dinner of peace and a dinner of almost like a peace treaty, so to speak. And so that actually is not exactly what occurred. And there's actually a bit of a debate on who really hosted the first Thanksgiving. And so I'm going to read this off to you now. The modern Thanksgiving tradition was first recorded or well recorded in 1619 in Virginia, and in 1621 celebration in Plymouth. And it is the Plymouth, Massachusetts Thanksgiving that we most see in our minds about what Thanksgiving is about. The Virginia first Thanksgiving was held at Berkeley 100, or for those of you who've been to Williamsburg, Virginia, I love Virginia, but one of my most favorite places is Williamsburg and the plantations around Williamsburg. So Berkeley Plantation in Charles City is the site of what they feel is the first Thanksgiving. Also where the song Taps was written, and Union troops were there. It's got just a magnificent land of history and a beautiful brick home. It's when I think of my ideal home, I automatically think of Berkeley Plantation. And so they strongly feel that they hosted the first Thanksgiving there, and so does Plymouth Rock. And so we've derived it from there. Thanksgiving celebrations, for the most part in the early years, for hundreds of years, was really a religious celebration, and every so often a royal governor, or eventually our states, would start to make a proclamation to celebrate Thanksgiving. It wasn't a national holiday until 1863, when Abraham Lincoln proclaimed the last Thursday in November the official National Thanksgiving Day, though it really wasn't celebrated until after the Civil War in 1870 during Reconstruction. It kind of was hard at the time during the Civil War to celebrate as a complete union, of course. In 1941, really started 1939, President Franklin Roosevelt, with a joint resolution from Congress, changed Thanksgiving Day to the fourth Thursday in the month. And it was changed, really. He wanted it on the last Thursday, but he got a lot of feedback about that, a lot of negative feedback, because the merchants in our country, the big business companies, the retails stores, said that it interfered too much with Christmas shopping. So I guess a week makes a difference. So he changed it to the fourth weekend. I guess sometimes how it all works out, maybe it is like this. I mean, it really is the last weekend of the month this year. It's on the 28th. So, and yes, everyone is saying, oh my gosh, Christmas is rushed now. So he had good intentions of changing it to a little bit earlier in the month. So it became a national holiday then. So Thanksgiving comes with it an intention of coming together and celebrating gratitude and Thanksgiving. Families coming together, huge feasts, turkeys, pumpkin pies, very, very much filled with warm and fuzzies and harmony. And I know that for everyone listening today, it's not guaranteed that you had the best Thanksgiving. I personally remember very good thoughts about Thanksgiving. I often would go with, the family would go to Massachusetts to have Thanksgiving dinner up there. And it's just provided some of my best memories. And so I have very good thoughts about Thanksgiving and the desire to continue the tradition of making it very much a family event. But you probably noticed, as I have, that lately Thanksgiving has become a bit of a stepchild of holidays. And it's kind of because, and you know it's because, the holiday of Christmas has really been pushed forward. This year, it was as if really probably the day of Halloween, Christmas was starting. You know, the stores weren't even really stocked complete with Halloween. They went almost right to Christmas. Christmas is truly taking over in a way that, for me personally, I don't understand. And it definitely kind of bumps up against and doesn't make sense when people say that they feel it is at risk, or that it's not honored, or, you know, that there are people that want to do away with it, when I feel like it's taking over. There are people that celebrate Christmas in July. So I think Christmas is fairly safe here. However, Thanksgiving has turned into where it went from a day of thanksgiving and gratitude and celebrating the harvest, and it has its darker origins. It was a day that would also be celebrated to celebrate the winning of battles and the the celebration of massacres of Indians. So it hasn't always been about the harvest or about the idea of gratitude. But as we rolled into the 20th century, there was the intention of making it that. And then it went from being its own special holiday to now it's the official start of Christmas shopping. And okay, that's fine. But then some retailers that were in trouble said, hey, let's get a jump start. And instead of Black Friday, let's take over Thanksgiving. And it worked for them because people left their Thanksgiving dinner and went shopping. And so then others joined in. And now, if you want to be a modern business that is of a higher vibration and is looking out for the higher good of people, you close on Thanksgiving. It's the cooler thing to do. But still, stores and some fast food restaurants and stuff still insist on being open on the holiday. And now, Christmas shopping, official Christmas shopping, is starting much sooner. We've literally bumped forward Black Friday specials. We're now burying Thanksgiving. There's so much possibility with Thanksgiving, and I feel like I just want to root for it. Also, Thanksgiving has become the holiday where, in our divisive country, and perhaps world, we no longer look forward as much to getting together with the relatives. We have to make sure of what topics come up. We have to pray that the wonderful Aunt Esther doesn't suddenly start talking racist or something and bringing politics into it with that. And some of us would rather have a Friendsgiving where we don't even spend our Thanksgiving with family, or if we do, it's a very small occasion, and the bigger occasion is done for those that we feel are more like emotional family. So Thanksgiving has taken on a whole new feel. It's taken on some scars, some awkwardness, and it's taken on less meaning. And honestly, in this world that we're living in right now, we honestly need a day where we come together just to be grateful, just to count our blessings, just to feel our abundance. I was reading a book this morning, very early this morning, from Ernest Holmes, and he spoke about the importance of understanding that we are created in the image and likeness of our Creator. And he's not blaming us. He's not putting fault on us. But what you have in your lives is what your mind has been ready to receive. That doesn't mean when bad things happen, you have tried to ask for that consciously. We're not going to go that deep with it, but we are going to tell the truth that he's right. He's right. What you are ready to receive in your life, you receive, as far as abundance, as far as health. Because heaven sees us as perfect. We are the ones that see ourselves heavy or thin, healthy or unhealthy, smart or dumb, bad or good. We see ourselves in certain terms like that. We see others. We judge. And we're often harshest with ourselves. And that is not the way to create the life you desire. The way to create the life you desire is to see yourself at this very moment as perfect in the eyes and the light of your Creator. See yourself the way that energy sees you. Love yourself, appreciate yourself, be grateful for yourself. And then, even if it's the smallest way, look around you and see what you can be grateful for. Are you in a roof right now? Is there a roof over you? Do you have a friend that's good for you? Do you have food today? Do you have heat? And if you don't, what do you have that is a blessing? Whatever you can do to milk all that is good around you, and to appreciate, and also to appreciate yourself in the way the eyes of your Creator does, you will have all that you could imagine in blessings. It is only one moment away. So wouldn't it be amazing that we spend 24 hours of our lives just dedicating to that? Just dedicating to the love of ourselves, the love of whomever we're having Thanksgiving with, even if it's just a parade on our TV. To be in that moment. To love what you're eating. To love everything about the day. And then incorporate it into a love of your life. And when the drunk uncle or the racist aunt talks, all you do is just send them a vibration of love. No, that's not the answer. No, you don't really have it right. But it's all right. We're focusing on love today. We're focusing on gratitude. We're focusing on what is light, not what is negative. And also try to understand as much as possible that people who struggle, people who are racist, people who are hateful, they're not born that way most of the time. Yes, there's evil. Evil can be born. But most of the people in our lives are just people that are the definition of where they came from. They're used to what they know. And they don't know anything else. But you can teach them. You can teach them through being the instrument of love. Through being the instrument of acceptance. Not acceptance in that you just accept it and don't do anything about it. But acceptance that in the moment you can love them for who they are. And I suppose for one day tolerance too. Tolerance. But always overcoming with light and love, understanding, patience, virtues, generosity, compassion, strength, courage. So this Thursday, states, and those around the world, join us. Spend this day in the moment in giddiness. Enjoy the parades. Enjoy the family. Enjoy the wine if you drink it. For a moment, cocoon yourself just in that day, leaving everything else behind. And just enjoy what's in front of you. And understand you probably have it better than some. And it's okay to want it to be even better. And when you do your Thanksgiving blessing, within your own heart and mind, thank your Creator for not only the gifts of the meal and the gifts of your family, but for all that you are receiving that you haven't seen yet. All the love you're going to receive, all the material items you're going to receive. And yeah, if you want all the money you're about to receive, it's yours. Just because you don't see it in your physical environment doesn't mean that you don't have it. Because everything starts energetically first and comes energetically first. And I implore you, avid Christmas celebrators and shoppers, please be willing to take a moment out. Enjoy the day of gratitude, because the more grateful you are on this Thursday, the more blessed you will be at Christmas. I'm going to repeat that. The more gratitude you feel on Thanksgiving, the greater your blessings will be at Christmas. It's worth it. Take that time out. And if you're traveling, travel safe. Take your time. The turtle always gets there before the hare. Enjoy the travel. Stop for a Starbucks. I always do. That's why I said that. Be in the present moment with that as well. If you're flying, take it by the moment. Enjoy the anticipation of meeting up with those that matter. And if you are alone this Thanksgiving, and I hope you aren't, but if you, sometimes people want to be alone. If you are alone, send out love to the world and bring it in right to yourself. Be thankful for all you have around you and spend your whole day writing or typing a list of what you're asking for more. Because you've got all the time in the world. You don't have to volunteer for the cleanup. You don't have to watch the football games you don't want to watch. So, make it a good one. And together, avid listeners, neighbors, let's revive Thanksgiving. Let's save the holiday. Let's bring it back. It is the holiday that can. It is the little holiday that could. Let's get it going again and amplify it up to something very, very special in its own right. It deserves that, and you deserve that as well. Thank you so much for joining me today. I wish you a very blessed week. Please be sure to check out my website, lisahop.com. I sell gift certificates for those who don't know what to get people for Christmas and Hanukkah. Please do, when you buy the gift certificates, know it's important that the person you think is ready, because I am a spiritual teacher and a healer, and people have to be open to change. But there is also the ability on my website to order personal channeled messages from your angels, spirit guides, ascended masters. And so that's something usually everyone's ready for. So that is definitely something you can do as well. And another reminder to check out my YouTube channel under Lisa Hop Entertainment. I'll be posting a new weekly angel message shortly today. So I thank you again for joining me. Have a very blessed week, a wonderful Thanksgiving. Have a bit of wine and chocolate for me. And I'll talk to you next week. Thank you.